Another person's trash is another person's treasure. But another person's old clothes can also make for a very lucrative side hustle. And here's the man doing it. The funny thing is, you may have owned one of these shirts at one point too. Today, we talk about the world of vintage clothes reselling. An inside look. Today, on Wrangle's Angle. Alright, this is my friend Joe right here. We work together and we are friends, right?
Sure. Nah, I'm just kidding with you.
Okay. On the side, he's a vintage clothing reseller. Here's some of the stuff you'll find in his online store. And this is some of the stuff he's actually sold. Big money right there. But Joe, I figure instead of just talking about the world of vintage clothing reselling, why don't we actually look for some stuff to add to your store?
Well, we're at a thrift store right now.
Oh, look at that! Okay, so what type of stuff were we looking for today?
Anything vintage, anything, t-shirts, toys, games, whatever we sell.
Oh, so it's not just t-shirts.
We can go for anything today, but we will be mainly focusing on t-shirts.
Is there any certain brands you look for? Or?
Not really. Licensed, bootleg works, anything that I know I can sell for a profit.
This was a real conversation we had. So here we are on Joe's quest to make money reselling clothes. But of course, all the shopping carts were gone. But luckily, there was an abandoned shopping cart not too far from us. That or it's ours now. As you can see, it's a little different than your basic thrift store. There aren't really any sections, shelves, or racks. It's mostly a bunch of randomness in bins. Not unlike our recent bargain bins episode. Looks like Joe is ready to start looking for stuff. We found a few movies, but like Joe said, we're mostly looking for clothes. Honestly, I felt like lots of people were looking for clothes too. Well, there's lots of clothes to be found here. Well, here's one. A shirt with Pee Wee Herman and Luke Skywalker that says Rebels. Whether it's official or not, Joe thinks it's worth taking a shot at. But of course, you'll find your generic tie-dye shirts. And then we found this picture of this guy and this girl. I wonder how long this relationship lasted. And here Joe found some more stuff. And into the cart it goes. But I wandered off and found this old romance novel. But if you're wondering why those people are huddling up in the corner, it's because they're rolling out some new bins to the floor. It can get pretty competitive in here. Well, Joe kept finding things, and I was getting kind of bored. But then I remembered, he's looking for money. I'm looking for content. But we finally made it outside. Let's regroup. All right, so here we are outside of the thrift store. Looks like Joe did pretty well for himself right here. What do you say, Joe?
Yeah, pretty good. Decent.
How much of this stuff do you think you're going to be able to sell?
Most of it. We're going to sell 3 things and make most of the money back already.
You spent about $67.
Yep.
How much money do you think you're going to get out of all of it?
Even if I sold everything for just $5, I could probably make $200-300.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, smile. This may be a bootleg Chanel coat, but remember, Joe said even counterfeit things do have their audience.
Oh, here's your orange shirt. I paid for it. Take it.
Keith bought some stuff too. I bought a bandana. I used to like a Family Circus when I was a kid. Got the Flashdance soundtrack on CD now. Roxette, the greatest Swedish band of all time. ABBA, I don't know what you're talking about. And then these popcorn buckets. But after some barbecue and a drive back to Illinois, we called it a day. As for the stuff Keith bought, it's still in the back of his car. But as for what Joe found, he already put some of it on his online store. But what about the stuff he didn't put on there? I gotta be honest with you, I don't really have a script for this. But this is actually a few weeks later. We got a whole backseat full of clothes that Joe has accumulated over time. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a place that actually is pretty well known for selling vintage clothes. And he's gonna see if he can sell some stuff over there. But there is one thing we gotta do first. So we're off to sell some clothes in Joliet, Illinois. But first... Okay, so here we are in Joliet, Illinois, the downtown area. We had some trouble finding a parking spot.
Keep running a red light.
No, I didn't. Stop. You said you wanted to show us what type of shirt you were wearing?
Jamie Foxx from Living Color, Wanda.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Is that official or a bootleg?
It's a bootleg, but it's still really expensive.
There you go, man. We're now at Prison City Vintage, a vintage clothing store with something for everybody. And I do mean everybody. While Joe shows them what he has for them, let's take a look around. Of course, it's a lot of band t-shirts. And other brands you might be familiar with. But it was some of the other things that fascinated me. Like ugly sweaters and denim jackets. And I feel we all had really old t-shirts in grade school who'd wear something like this. And I'm sure this gambling grandma piece has an audience too, although maybe a small one. But I knew what I wanted. Alright, so we just got out of the store. Very nice people. Shout out to Angel, who was very nice enough to welcome us. And of course the owner, I don't know his name. What is the owner's name? Okay, well he was cool, but fortunately we didn't sell anything. Talk about it, Joe. What happened?
They bought a lot of stuff today, so they say come back tomorrow and they'll buy a bunch of stuff they picked out.
Yeah, because he separated a bunch of stuff that he was interested in.
Yep.
And he said if you just come back tomorrow, he'll buy it, right?
Yep.
So we didn't quite sell it, but we kind of did sell it. Okay, so $110 worth is what we kind of sold today.
Yep.
So what's my cut?
Why'd I have to give you anything? I'll give you a high five.
Man, that works. Yeah, that's right, man. We also went to another store in the same area. This one called The Juncture. The store is a little smaller, but nonetheless, lots of cool stuff in here too. But while I appreciated the album covers on the wall, Joe and the guy behind the counter were talking business. Here's some belts Joe brought in. They even told him if he ever finds any more, to bring them in, because they're interested. You know, I gotta be honest with you, it seems like all the people that we've been talking to today have been really nice today, so... But anyway, enough with me rambling. What happened?
They bought whatever was left over from the other place, whatever they liked the most, and they picked out. It's 105.
105, would you say that's a good number for you?
That's pretty decent, yeah.
And they actually bought it from you, they didn't say come back tomorrow.
I mean, it's about what I thought was gonna happen. I was surprised a lot of them passed on certain shirts, like the X-Men shirt, they all passed on it.
Yeah, give it to your son,
No, like a $200 shirt.
Okay, so sell it.
The X-Men, the first movie.
The first X-Men? I saw that movie on cable a long time ago. Yeah, Rogue was so beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, what's your final angle? The world of clothing reselling.
It's highs and lows, ups and downs, but mainly you sell a lot of stuff randomly. $215, probably invested about $50, so...
You did okay.
Yeah, and I still got a lot left.
And I'm the one that did the driving, so it worked out, right? He's not giving me a cut. He gave me a high five, right?
You got content.
Yeah, sure. You know, I've always admired people that know how to run a business. And as far as people that join pyramid schemes, honestly, I kind of feel sorry for them. Anywho, if you're enjoying the episode so far, just remember, Wrangle Zangle is sponsored by you, so consider leaving me a cash donation today so I can make more episodes. Or you could just hit subscribe. Or, don't forget that I also got my own t-shirts as well. And in just a few moments, I'll tell you where to get one. But in the meantime, let's catch up with Joe and Keith just a few weeks later. Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
How's it going? All right, Joe, so it's a few weeks later. We're right outside your house. I love how we just keep finding stuff to add to this video. Okay, so how's the t-shirt business? How's that going?
Oh, pretty good, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you haven't quit yet or anything?
Oh, not yet, no.
So you're in it for the long run? Yeah, because I know a lot of people give up, but you're doing pretty well, right?
Yeah.
How much would you say you profit?
Probably $500-600 a week-ish.
And you said that's on the lazy side,
That's
really?
on the lazy side.
That's really cool.
If I would post every day, it'd probably be double that. But I don't post every day, so that's...
That's really awesome, man. Really.
Yeah.
Any cool things you find lately?
Actually, I got this cool Loopy shirt I gotta show you.
Loopy
from Kablam, you know?
Oh, Nickelodeon?
Yes.
I know Nickelodeon has had a bad rap these last few weeks. We still have some good memories, though.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Oh my god, no way.
Yeah.
Is that real? No, that can't be real.
Definitely real. I even got the creator to prove it, say it's real.
And you're gonna sell that, obviously, right?
Yeah.
How much are you selling it for?
Right now, I'm just gonna put it up for like $1,500. Yeah.
Do you really think someone's gonna give you $1,500?
Maybe not. That doesn't matter. It's actually good for traffic, my eBay.
So I would love to have a shirt like that. You know, I guess the question is, where do we go from here? And it was back to the bins for the guys. But of course, they also made some time to get some food along the way. I love it. I love it how I'm always able to incorporate food into my videos somehow. And as far as my angle on the world of vintage clothes reselling, honestly, I'd have to say I recommend it. It's an honest business where everybody wins. Unless you are the person that got rid of an old t-shirt, only for it to be sold for 50 cents and later flipped for $50. capitalism. You gotta love it. And that is the Wrangles angle on that one. Big special thanks to Joe for showing me how it's done. If you enjoyed this episode, you'll love the time I went to a bargain bin store, not unlike the thrift store me and Joe went to in Indiana. And of course, you'll find that episode on my channel. So don't forget, we got more videos for you to watch on YouTube and Facebook. Remember, either way, it's .com/WranglesAngle. And when you're there, don't forget to hit subscribe, because we got more videos for you on the way, including food videos, including videos where I go places, because evidently people just love it when I go places. And also, we finally got Wrangles Angle t-shirts. That's right. Kofi.com/WranglesAngle is the official place to get official Wrangles Angle merchandise, like the official Wrangles Angle t-shirt. And when you're there, don't forget, Wrangles Angle is sponsored by you. So consider leaving me a cash donation today so I can keep making more episodes. Because Wrangles Angle is free, and I like it that way. But just remember that your purchases and donations help me to make more of the content you love. So consider leaving me a one-time or monthly donation today. And yes, monthly donations can be canceled at any time. It's all waiting for you at Kofi.com/WranglesAngle. That's KO-FI.com/WranglesAngle. Don't forget, we're also on Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo as well. All you need is the username at the bottom of the screen right here. But before we go, before you watch more of my videos, you know, honestly, I think Joe was very lucky to find that rare Life with Loopy t-shirt from the 90s Nickelodeon show Kablam. Lord knows I used to love that show. But whether it's Joe or somebody that forks over $1,500, somebody's gonna end up with that shirt. But let's take a look at a route that this story could possibly take. We'll see you next time, folks. Take it easy. All right, man, it was fun. We got some stuff. I'll see you at work, all right? Let me know how that shirt does, by the way.
Oh, I definitely will, man.
$1,500. Take it easy, man. Greetings, seller. No one's gonna pay you $1,500 for that worthless t-shirt. I am generously offering you $40. Take it or leave it.
As if.
Damn it. That shirt will be mine. 50, and I ain't going any higher. That's it. Still no? It's like he was just waiting by the computer. Keith, is that you? I've been found out!
Been disqualified.